going on with them? They can't always be on the beach.
That's why Hugh bought a Spanish villa. What about getting the phone line checked?
What, to Spain? How would I go about that?
I don't know, but there must be a way. Phone the operator or something.
Oh, I'll think about it. Don't want to make a fuss. If only we could get in touch with our Peter. If only we knew what floor he was dossing down on this week. We could ask him if Hugh had said anything about going away.
Now, let's just keep calm. There's probably a rational explanation for it. Hugh and Jane know we're going to stay with them, and they know when.
You all right, love? Seem a bit edgy?
Frank Rogers is back home. I wonder if he's found out about the party.
And about our lodger, Katie. He did the right thing, love. He couldn't have left her on her own in that house.
I hope so. I was talking to him yesterday, and I must admit I felt a bit embarrassed knowing what happened.
It was an impromptu party that got out of hand. She couldn't cope and you sorted it out for her. I'm sure she's learned a lesson. I shudder to think what our Peter will get up to while we're away.
That's hardly the same. He's 22. So you don't think I should say anything about it to Frank? I saw him going out early this morning, but I really didn't think it was an appropriate time for a confessional.
You promised you wouldn't say anything to her father. You can't go back on that now.
I had a word with one of the other girls involved, Leanne Powell. I'm sure she was the ringleader.
Just leave it at that for now.
Katie seems a good kid, basically. But I don't think young Leanne has a good influence on her.
Let's just keep it in school, eh? I know you mean well, love, but when you're at home, you're off duty. Let's just keep it all in proportion.
Yes, you're right, of course.
Hello? No, she isn't. She's at school. Will I take a message? Right, I'll tell her. Billy Duncan rang. She got your number, Billy? OK, I'll get her to call you back. See ya.
Who's that?
Someone for Katie, a lad.
Ah.
Have you ever talked to her about sex, Sammy?
Owen.
I'm serious. She's obviously going out with lads and she should be told.
What about the birds and the bees?
Sex, do's and don'ts, AIDS, unwanted pregnancies. Oh, I'm not saying ours is. But, well, someone should talk to her. I mean, your mum not being here.
Yeah, well, she still sees me, Mum. She probably knows more about that sort of thing than any of us.
But you should talk to her, Sammy. I mean, I reckon they say they know it all, but you can't be too sure, can you?
Oh, you're really being the big brother, aren't you? That's lovely, that is.
Come on, Mum. You can't tell me you're looking forward to growing old on your own.
At the last count, I think there's 4 or 5 billion other people in this world as well as your dad, Lindsay. I'll have plenty of company.
He's still your husband and he wants you back. He's made up about being a granddad and he wants to share that with you.
I don't believe this. You wouldn't even have him at your wedding. Now you're trying to persuade me to live with him again?
And through banning him from the wedding, I got to know him again. And I think he's changed and I think you should give him another chance.
And I think you're forgetting what your brother told us.
Oh, Jimmy timed it just right, didn't he? Do you know, he has waited 10 years to tell you about my dad and Auntie Val. It was 10 years ago, Mum, and it was a one-off.
So he says.
Here we are, then. There's no red cabbage, Mick.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't be getting on to Mick. He's had a hard enough time looking after the children since our wayward daughter left him to it. Nice of Marcia to bring them home for their dinner, Mick.
You can't rely on friends all the time, though, can you? How could any mother abandon such wonderful children?
It's something I'd rather not dwell on, please, Rachel.
Rightly so. God, you must have struggled, working on the taxi until all hours.
Yeah, it was hard at times.
You have to balance the work with the attention you give them, you know.
They're not neglected, Rachel.
Credit to you, Mick. Or somebody.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I was only saying that obviously you've got to take any help that you can.
Within reason.
Within reason?
Well, it is a bit much to rope in your window cleaner as a babysitter.
Sinbad's a mate.
I couldn't believe it. The window cleaner.
Hey, no, come on, hang on, will you? He and Marcia have been really brilliant these past few months. I don't know how I would have managed without them.
But that's the point, isn't it, really? How would you manage if they decide that they can't help anymore?
They've got their own lives to lead, you know.
Can't rely on friends forever.
Yeah, well, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
25 pence, please.
I wonder if you can help me. I'm looking for John Harrison, who moved up here recently. I know it's Brookside Close, but I don't know the number.
Oh, yeah, number 9.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. Try, love.
Will you give me one more chance, Mum?
This isn't a game, you know. It's my life. I've had years and years of trouble from your dad. He's been unreliable, a liar, a womanizer. Years and years of putting up with things every day of the week that most women wouldn't put up with once in a marriage.
It wasn't always my dad's fault.
What do you mean by that?
I remember you bringing a man home.
Yes, I did. Twice. After your dad had walked out on me. On us. What do you expect me to do? Sit in feeling sorry for myself while he was God knows where with God knows who.
You couldn't take him back until last week, until our Jimmy told you about my Auntie Val. Just think about it, Mum.
See you later. All right. Try, love.
Gemma must miss having a woman around the house. I'll call her in from the garden in a minute and let her help me with the dishes. Leave you men to talk.
Rachel, we don't do things like that here. I don't want her brought up thinking she's got to wait on some man or anyone else for that matter. Leave the dishes, I'll do them later.
You're not going to bring her up with any funny ideas, are you, Mick?
Funny ideas?
Women's lib and all that.
This is 1992. We're on the brink of the 21st century. Men and women don't have to behave like their grandparents did anymore. I mean, some women even walk out on their husbands and kids, don't they?
Hey, Mick, we know what strain you must be under. It was unforgivable of our Josie to do that.
That's why we want to help you, that's all, Mick. Nobody wants to brainwash the kids into how to behave or anything like that.
We're family, boy. We care.
And we all have our own way of doing things. That's all I'm saying.
We're on your side.
We don't see them that often. It makes Rachel happy showing Gemma how to do things. You don't mind if we take them out for a couple of hours after school, do you, Mick?
No, it's all right. As long as they really want to go.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
All right, Rob. Hi, Mick.
Is that Ellis?
Yes, Mrs. Christie. Oh, what are you doing here?
Passing through on our way up to the lakes.
Hello, Mrs. Christie.
Good to see you, Alice.
We haven't seen you since Mick and Josie's wedding. What a coincidence. You visiting at the same time as us.
Yes.
Well, what have you been doing yourself since we last saw you then?
Oh, listen, that ducking and diving, keeping one step ahead of the law.
So you found them then, eh? Dirty stop out.
She won't even talk to me now.
I don't think it's as bad as you think.
Joking, aren't you?
I made her think about it, you know. Made her accept it was a long time ago. God knows what you've done since then, but as long as we don't know about it.
Hey, hang on. There was never anything between me and your Auntie Val after that. She just used me, do you know? Flirted like mad when she knew I'd had a drink too many. But that time when we... Well... It wasn't really my fault. It was just the one-off. Do you think your mum believes that?
I don't know. But our Jimmy's certainly got a lot to answer for, hasn't he?
He really hates me.
I know.
Oh, thanks, Linz.
There's no point in me telling lies, is there?
You do believe I've made a big effort to change, don't you?
Can you keep it up though, Dad?
I wish you'd show a bit more faith in me sometimes. That helps, you know. If no one believes I can be responsible, then why should I? It's hard, you know, being responsible. It's a lot easier sometimes to just live day to day, earn a few bob here and there, and then spend the rest of the time down the boozer. That's easy, Lindsay. But holding down a job, 2 jobs even, that's hard work.
All right, Dad, I'm convinced. But it's Mum you've got to convince, and you've got to go to her. She's not going to come to you.
Yeah, I know.
So what are you going to do?
Go and see it again.
Like that?
What do you mean?
Make an effort, for God's sake.
I'm going to go and see her, I said.
No. Get dressed up for her, I mean.
What?
She'll be flattered. I'm a woman, I do know these things.
Yeah, I suppose I do look a bit rough for courting, don't I? You're right, Linz. Don't get me glad rags on, eh?
David! David Hurst, what on earth are you doing here? I didn't know you knew your way out of Lincolnshire. How did you find us?
I made inquiries at your local shops, confirmed the number of the house.
Oh, come in, come in.
I called round earlier, but you weren't in.
What are you doing in this neck of the woods? Anyway, tell us all about it over a cup of tea. Come on, get yourself inside.
It's business, John. Not a social visit. I'm afraid you owe me a lot of money. And I need it urgently. I need it today.
It'll be a minute.
Take your time. What?
It's a shop. You pick up a basket, or not, then select an item that you wish to purchase, then you bring it to me to pay for it. Simple, really.
I've come to see you.
I'm not for sale.
Jackie.
What you want?
I want to talk. Calmly and sensibly. About our future.
How many times do I have to say it? Do I have to have it tattooed on my forehead? Jimmy Corkhill, I do not want you back.
I love you.
But I don't love you.
So, what's the problem?
Well, it's a mystery, is this. David reckons he's owed £3,500 by our company. And he can't get hold of our Hugh either.
I didn't even know he was in Spain. I'm sorry to drop on you like this, but I couldn't think of anything else to do. I've got to get the cash to pay my own staff this week. Now, I supplied the materials to your firm in good faith.
But why didn't you settle all the debts after the company was dismantled?
I thought he had.
Oh, here's a copy of the invoice, John. I hope you don't think I'm trying to pull a fast one.
Oh, no, David. We've been dealing with you for as long as I can remember. We've always had an excellent working relationship. I'm stunned. I just don't have the answer.
And I don't have the money that's owed to me. And I'm sorry to have to say it, but you do have a solution to my problem.
How do you mean?
You could pay me.
But John had nothing to do with the financial side of the company. That was all Hugh's responsibility. John ran the workshop.
We were equal partners in the business. Look, I'm sure there's a simple explanation for this, David. And as soon as I can speak to Hugh, we'll be able to clear it up very quickly.
I'm sure you're very sincere, John, but that doesn't cover my wages. Now, I've been operating from hand to mouth for months now, trying to ride the recession. The interest rates are crippling me. Now, I have to be strong to survive. I'm sure you appreciate that.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that my father built up our business. I've worked in it all my life, and I want a business to hand over to my sons. I need the cash, and I need it quickly.
We can't hand over £3,500 just like that.
I delivered the goods in good faith. I've always been paid within the agreed 3 months in the past, and I've no reason to think that this would be any different. I have to have that money. You're all right. Now, you've sold up and retired. I have to keep going, and I have to be paid. I'm only asking for what is mine.
Well, obviously I don't carry £3,500 in my wallet, David.
I have to keep going for my sons.
I understand, and I can only apologise on Hugh's behalf. Look, we'll sort it out, don't worry.
What are you wearing? Haven't you got a proper winter coat?
She has, yeah, but she likes wearing this. Anyway, she's got plenty of woolies on.
You may like wearing it, Gemma, but I think Grandma knows best. Now then, where's your proper coat?
I know where it is, mate. I'll go and get it.
Well, listen, you two be good for Nana and Grandad, all right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's no need for that, Mick. It's our treat. Right, are we all ready?
As ready as we'll ever be.
Come on, darling. Come on, Neil.
Bye-bye.
Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Cheerio, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
See you later.
Bye. Right,
Bye.
off we go. Bye-bye.
You're driving me round the bend.
Grandma knows best, doesn't it?
Oh, don't, please.
How long are they here for?
Oh, they're going up to the lake soon. Suppose I'll have to be patient till then. Well, Sin, what do I owe the pleasure?
Mortgages.
Mortgages? You're not thinking of popping the question to Marcia? Making an honest woman of her?
You just keep that out of it, all right?
So if not married, why a mortgage?
Well, I was just thinking it was about time I had my own gaff and that, you know, and wanted to know how you go about the old business. What with you being self-employed as well, like?
Well, just prove that you can keep up the payments and that the property's worth the price. That's it, basically. After you've signed 1 million forms and your life away.
I reckon there's more to this than he's letting on.
Hey, do you mind? We're trying to have a sensible conversation here. One self-employed person to another. So listen, have you got your books together, accounts and that? Well, you better start, aren't you? Anything else you want to talk about, mate?
No, that's all.
Bet you're a dead good cook working in a cafe and that.
I can do a bit.
He only passes beef burgers over the counter and says, have a nice day. I bet they do when they see him, don't they? Yeah, well, if he didn't sell beef burgers, they wouldn't have to destroy tropical rainforest to clear way for cattle to feed. Yeah, and we wouldn't have to do stupid projects about it. I mean, I wouldn't have to do it while you sat and watch me.
In 3/4 of an hour, you're going to have the best tea you've ever had.
Well, today at least.
Hey, don't undersell yourself, love. Lovely to come home to a bit of good scran. You have to be so untidy.
Well, it's a big project, you have to spread out a bit.
And you have to spread your clothes everywhere too. Come on, hang them up. And there's this jacket with Acto written on it.
What?
Acto.
This. Here. Acto. What's so funny?
Well, it is an acto, it's AC/DC. It isn't an O, it's a C.
Why has it got AC/DC written on it then?
It's a heavy metal group, you know. They play the electric guitars.
I don't care who they are or what they are. I just want to know who it belongs to.
Oh, I know. It belongs to a mate of mine. He must have left here the other night when he called round.
Fair enough. We'll just have a word with your own. In the kitchen, please.
Yeah, sure.
What's that about?
No, I'll tell you later. Come sit down.
Listen, Owen. Don't get me wrong. I'm not being funny or anything. But when I had Casey around the house and...
What are you on about?
I don't mind you having your mates around here. But will you ask them not to leave these things hanging around?
Oh, I'm really sorry. It won't happen again.
All right, mate. You don't want me telling you, do you?
No problem.
I know the score. Yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Well?
They tested the line to Spain and it's all right. It's just that Hugh isn't there to answer it. This is all very odd.
I still can't help feeling there must be a rational explanation for it all. It just isn't like you.
I'll leave you to sort it out. But make it soon, John. Please. Goodbye, Barbara.
Bye, David.
We'll be in touch, David. Don't worry. We're going to have to pay him, you know.
We can't without speaking to Hugh first.
You saw the state of him, love. The man's desperate.
But suppose he is trying to pull a fast one.
He's a very well-respected businessman.
There are quite a few so-called respected businessmen in prison, even as we speak.
I know, but he really is.
John, we are talking about £3,500 out of our savings.
We have to pay our debts.
He's talking about a company debt, not yours personally. And that's the responsibility of the company accountant, your brother Hugh.
Well, I'll try again.
You all right, love?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just feel tired all the time. I wish I could pack working, you know, and then I'd just have the baby to look forward to.
I know. Wish I could leave the cafe and get a proper job. Then you wouldn't have to work, would you?
Oh, well, I just have to be patient.
Yeah, I'm realistic.
And we want our own home.
You're starving.
Well, it'll only be 10 minutes.
Will you go and sit down? Me and Katie will sort the tea, won't we, Kate?
Yeah.
Thanks.
So come on. What's the score over the jacket?
Belongs to that Billy Duncan I was talking about.
Katie, do you know he left condoms in the pocket? Don't worry. Your dad thinks the jacket belongs to one of my mates. I'm just worried about you, that's all.
I didn't do anything, honest. It's just him showing off with them.
Yeah, well, the packet was still full. Shows he's got some sort of sense of responsibility, I suppose.
We'd have to go spare if he knew.
He won't find out from me. Now, look, if you ever need to talk, I'm here to listen. All right?
Thanks, Owen.
Telephone for you, Casey.
Who is it?
It's a lad, Billy Duncan. I think Casey might have a first boyfriend.
Well, I better be going. Yeah, I might see Marcy. Any messages, Simba?
No, you be worrying.
See you later.
Yeah, later, bro.
Ta-ra. Listen, Mick, I want to ask you something.
Go ahead.
I want to get married.
Well, flattering as the offer sounds, I have to point out a couple of obstacles in our way. You see, technically, I've done right to Josie. And I am, in fact, a man.
Shut up, will you?
Oh, I can see you want to be the dominant one in this relationship.
Be serious, will you? I want to get married to Marcia. What do you think she'll say?
I don't know, mate. I've told you the only way to find out is ask her.
Has she said anything about me?
She said you're one hell of a window cleaner.
Well, you can take the Mickey, but that'll do for me.
Oh, you go for it, Lana. Best of luck to you.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I want you to know something in all honesty.
What's that?
Well, if Marcia does turn me down, I want you to know that you've got lovely eyes.
You flatter her.
So that's it then, eh? I'm going to ask Marcia to marry me, and what better time to do it than St. Valentine's Day.
Martin's going on a date and Sally's getting kissed in Home and Away next.